wanted to talk about something that's probably near and dear to everybody's heart, and that's making passive income. That's right, dividends. And I'm going to talk about some dividend plays that I think you should definitely keep your eyes on, possibly even jump into right now. But wait a minute, there's a caveat. They're cheap. How about that? You got cheap stocks that pay a dividend, and I'm going to go through some specific criteria to let you know that these are good, safe dividend paying stocks. It's a recipe for a happy investor. So if that's what you're looking for today, you're in the right spot, and let's get right into it. Here's my stocks. I've got 7 stocks. Now keep in mind, VectorVest tracks over 9,100 stocks. How in the world do you try to find stocks that are perfect for you? There could be a lot of work, but I've got a process. I'm going to take you through the process. Number 1. Number 2, I'm going to walk you through step by step what you need to look for that fits you. And I'm going to show you the ins and the outs of when to get in and when to get out of these stocks. And at the end, I'm going to show you a perfect cherry picking technique that anyone can use in regards to finding which ones of these are perfect for you. All right, so no news today. I'm only using the power of the VectorVest system to walk you through what we're doing. Here are my 7 stocks for you today. As I'm recording this video, out of the 7 stocks, 6 out of the 7 are going up. Only 1 is down slightly. But now, if we're working from the end backwards, how did I get to this point of finding these specific stocks? All right. In the Unisearch tool within the VectorVest software, we have searches specifically looking for dividend-paying stocks. Now, I took the dividend payer stocks right here, and I made them inexpensive by adding the value of less than $20. So everybody who's a VectorVest subscriber has the search called dividend payers. And I added 2 things. I added less than or greater than $20, and then I looked up on the internet to find out what the average dividend yield was for the stocks in the S&P 500. And the dividend yield right now is at 1.54%. It has actually dropped over the last few years. Let me see, September 2022 is at 1.82. December 2022 was at 1.74. March of 2023 is at 1.66, and currently it's at 1.54. So if I'm looking for the passive income or the dividends, I wanted to make sure that the dividend yields outpaced the S&P 500 stocks. All right, so I ran the search. I looked for specific things, what industries, what sectors they were in. I also looked at things like earnings growth. I looked at a lot of different things to come up with the list that I have for you today. So I've done the work. You're going to reap the rewards. You don't have to search through over 9,000 stocks to find them. I've provided them for you. All right, so now we come back to my list. Here's the list. Now, I told you that depending on how you invest in the market, how do you know which ones are for you? Well, let's use the power of the software again. Let's start to see if any of these are undervalued. Starting with PTEN, trading under its value. LBRT, undervalued. SOI, undervalued. Ranger, undervalued. Turkcell, undervalued. Pertico, undervalued. And one is an ETF, so it's going to have the same price and value. So I think that that's important when I'm looking at dividend-paying stocks, stocks that just going to keep giving me dividend. I got to make sure the stock is going to stay around for a while, right? So just about everyone is undervalued. Now let's start to see if you're looking for stocks that should outperform the market over the next 1 to 3 years. Let's use the power of relative value. So I'm going to sort the list by relative value. P10 is still at the top of the list. Just about every stock in here, with the exception of the ETF, should outperform the market. Now, right now, P10 should outperform the market by 56% over the next 1 to 3 years. That's important, and that's impressive, especially if I'm looking for a stock that pays me a dividend. Not only am I getting the passive income, but this price appreciation of the stock should outperform the AAA corporate bond by 56%. Oilfield, Solaris Oilfield by 54%. Liberty Oilfield by 51%. Ranger Energy by 51%. Turkcell by 28%, and Pertico by 12%. All right. Now, I noticed that from the mindset of the analysis, Only one stock's got a relative safety above 1, and that's Pertico. That tells me the stock's consistency in being able to outperform on earnings, all right? And earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. How about for you technicians out there? Let's sort by relative timing. Which stocks are going up the fastest? Liberty, Patterson, Ranger, Turkcell. All of these stocks are in uptrends, especially the stock that is even the ETF. It's got a relative timing of 1.42. These stocks are in an uptrend. That helps me from price appreciation potential. VSTs, our master indicator for ranking stocks, all of them have a VST above 1. That tells me that they're a good quality stock. Looking at the combination of relative value, relative safety, relative timing, all of them have a VST above 1. What else do I like? Earnings growth, the company's ability to grow their earnings, because earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. All of them, with the exception of one, have double-digit earnings growth. Man, you just keep piling it on, and these are great quality stocks that you really need to step up and take notice of. Now, there is a downside to this list. If I scroll all over to the right, a lot of them are petroleum stocks. Now, that's a red flag for me normally. But if the petroleum industry is rocking and rolling, and Ryan and I have been talking about oil for the longest time and that we've been bullish on oil, well, it makes sense. And not only that, you're in a hot sector, cheap stocks with good quality. Man, what more could you ask for in this list? But you may not want to put all of your eggs in one basket, and I'm on board with that. I wouldn't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but these are the stocks that I was able to find for you for the purposes of good dividends. Now, another thing, VectorVest has an indicator for the safety of the dividend called dividend safety. This is on a scale between 0 and 99. Anything above 50 tells me that it's a good dividend that's going to be around for a while. And the biggest thing about that is earnings yield compared to dividend yield. When a company can make more than the dividend yield, it's normally going to be a safe dividend, which means that it's either going to maintain its dividend or grow its dividend in the near future. And again, this is all about dividends. I am putting us on the side of the strong dividend payers, the dividend yields, the company's ability to make money to outpace the dividends. And this is where we stand. Now, I'm going to add another thing here. All of these are buy recommended stocks, by the way, as well. These are companies that pay dividends quarterly. So you get paid 4 times a year. It just pops up in your broker's account. You got paid the dividend. Woo! That's great. On top of relative value being above 1, and that the stock is undervalued, you have a perfect combination of quality dividend-paying stocks. Now, I'm going to step back a little bit. These are companies that pay dividends quarterly. Would you be interested in finding the stocks that pay you a dividend monthly? Let me know in the chat, because I can do the same thing for monthly dividend payers. How cool would that be? Let's go scroll over to the left, and just about every single one have options as well. But if you're going to play the dividend, you don't want to play the option. But if you're comfortable in the quality of these stocks, then these are optionable as well, and it will lower the price of playing the trade. These are already inexpensive stocks, but if you play the option is about 1/10 the price of the stock. That is even better for you guys who are looking for low dollar plays. So far, if you like this content, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the share or share this content for other people who are looking for these types of stocks in a system that was able to bring them to my fingertips just like that. All right, last thing I want to do is I want to look at a graph. Now, I told you that I was going to show you a cherry picking technique to help you to hone in on which ones of these you would really want to buy. And I'm going to use what we call the near perfect indicator graph. I'm not going to get deep in detail in it, but if you look in the content, if you look in down below in the description, there should be a link to that video that talked about the near perfect indicator. For those of you who are new to the channel, just listening to that name, near perfect indicator, should rile you up to go, wow, what is that? go look on our channel. I've done a detailed video on the near perfect indicator. So this technique uses moving averages on the stop price of the VectorVest, on the stop price of the stock and relative timing. And what we're looking for is for the blue line to be above the red line, the 10-day moving average of the stop price, and the 40-day moving average of the stop price. This tells me that the stock's in an uptrend, and this gives me a trigger point on when to get in. P10, I like hitting new 3-month highs right now. LBRT, same kind of scenario. Bottom left, top right, blue line above the red line, green line above the red line here on the RT, hitting new 3-month highs. And again, good dividend yield and good dividend safety and double-digit earnings growth. Folks, you can't beat that with a baseball bat. SOI, a little early to the game where I'm looking at the moving averages of RT. Not quite there as a trigger point yet, but I like that it's forming a level of support moving up. I'd like to get you in about 5 cents higher than the 3-month high. Let's go here. Ranger, above, moving up, coming off a level of support. I love these retracements for these stocks to get you in early. I'd like to look at about 5 cents higher than the high on a 3-month high sitting in the channel, but it is definitely moving higher. Next one, TKC, pulling back from resistance. I'd keep my eye on this, but I like the bottom left to the top right scenario as well. I would wait on this one. It is at a level of support in a little bit of a channel. If it breaks down below that, you take this off the table, but I'd like to see it jump above that level of resistance by 5 cents. PRDO, love that it pulled back to RT, now moving higher, already in an uptrend in a channel. I'd like to look at 5 cents higher than the high to pull the trigger on this one. Wow, FXM, this is the ETF, beautiful looking equity curve. Bottom left, top right, new 3-month high. I like that one now, just as long as you buy higher than the current high price for the day. Folks, these are stocks that I want you to, some of these, take advantage of right now. Some of them, keep them on your radar, and some of them, you know, you may want to go, may not want to go. But that's a great way. That last piece that I gave, the cherry picking technique using the near perfect indicator and the moving averages on both the stock's stop price and RT, a great way to get in, along with using the power of the VectorVest indicators, depending on how you invest in the market, to find which ones of these picks are right for you. I think that this encompasses everything to make you all happy investors, especially due to everybody investing differently. You find the stocks that are right for you. Again, brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, especially if you like the content. If you like the content, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know if you're interested in another video on monthly dividend payers. Folks, this video is over, and until the next time, see ya. Hey, VV Nation. One of the most important books that I've ever read in regards to the stock market was written by our founder, Dr. Bart Delito, the founder of VectorVest. The name of the book is called Stock Strategies and Common Sense. It will give you everything that you need to know about how the market works, the cycles, how to value stocks, and it's very well presented so that you can better understand and get a better understanding of how the market works. Folks, you simply need to go to www.vectorvest.com/YT book to get your free edition of Stock Strategies and Common Sense. Folks, you want to do that right now.